topic of this video is the Notice of Commencement. The Notice of Commencement is a creation of statute, specifically 713.13, and it deals solely with Florida construction lien law. Okay, so you will never see a Notice of Commencement on a publicly owned project or a government project. If you do, more than likely it's a mistake, because the Notice of Commencement deals only with claims of lien. The Notice of Commencement is important for several reasons. One, when you're looking at the Notice of Commencement form, it has a variety of different spots on there for information that potential lienors need in order to serve notices and ultimately record their claim of lien. It has information regarding the name and identification of the owner of the property, the description of the project, the contractor's name, the lender's name if there is one, the surety's name if there is one, and it may also identify other people that are entitled to receive notice under the Florida construction lien law. One thing to keep in mind is that under the revisions to this statute, 713.13, the new Notice of Commencement now contains a warning at the end, and the owner is required to swear that the information contained in this notice is accurate. So if you, the contractor or subcontractor, are filling out this Notice of Commencement, make sure that you have the owner review the information and sign it before you give it to the permitting office. One other thing to consider on the Notice of Commencement is number 9, and this is often overlooked. Number 9 on the Notice of Commencement talks about the duration of this notice. If you don't put anything down there, the default is 1 year. So the Notice of Commencement will remain in effect for that 1 year period of time. If you have a project that lasts longer than a year, you're going to want to make sure that you have revised this Notice of Commencement provision to include the additional duration of time. For example, if it's a 5-year project, put 5 years. One thing that I often do is I say the contract period is 2 years and it may be subsequently amended by the parties. You just want to make sure that the Notice of Commencement remains valid during the period of construction. If the Notice of Commencement expires, or if there is not a Notice of Commencement on the project, what happens to your claim of lien? Well, your claim of lien, if there is not a Notice of Commencement, or the Notice of Commencement has expired, is only good at the date it is recorded. If there is a valid Notice of Commencement, and you are a subcontractor, a prime contractor, a sub-subcontractor, or supplier, those types of lienors, your claim of lien will relate back to the date the Notice of Commencement is recorded. Now keep in mind, if you are in the professional services industry, meaning you're an architect, an engineer, a surveyor, those types of professional services, that's a little bit different than the contractor-subcontractor claim of liens. Your claim of lien will not relate back to the date the Notice of Commencement is recorded, regardless of whether or not it is valid. It will only be good on the date that your claim of lien is recorded. And that is the Notice of Commencement. If you have any questions about this topic, please feel free to contact me at the information at the end of this video. Thank you.